Hey everyone, Nathaniel Rumpeljans here, and today we are going to do something a little different. I am going to show you guys how to change the back plate of your Nintendo Switch. That's right, this piece back here. Now you might be wondering, Nate, why do you need to change the back plate? Well, that's because there's actually some damage on my back plate. I don't know how well I can get this to focus in there, but I'll give you guys kind of a close-up view and you can see the damage for yourself. Now, I have never taken a Nintendo Switch apart, and I'm only doing this because my Switch is no longer out of warranty. I do not suggest anyone modifies their Switch unit in any possible way unless you happen to be out of warranty. Now, this is a launch unit. I've had this since day one, including these blue Joy-Cons. So what you'll notice in the kit that I bought here, this white Nintendo Switch kit, is that it comes with a back plate, and it comes with two Joy-Con replacements as well. Now, we are not going to be using the Joy-Con ones today, mostly because, hello, Nintendo Prime Blue, why would I change that? And number two, I actually have new metal pieces coming in, metal little nubs coming in to fix this issue that I have with my Switch where my Joy-Cons kind of just fall off. But they haven't arrived yet, so that'll be a separate video. And at that time, I'll decide if I want to replace them with the white Joy-Cons. Now, this kit comes with the backplate, the two Joy-Cons, and actually there's a bag of screws as well. However, I seem to have misplaced the screws, but I shouldn't need them for that. It's more so for the Joy-Cons. So we're going to be using this backplate. Now, there are some things to note about this backplate, and that is that on the back, this kickstand here does not actually have the metal piece needed to make it connect properly. Now, it does have the Microsd slot like you're supposed to have, so I'm going to have to take that off of the other original backplate. It also does not include a replacement for the game slot cover, so we're going to have to take that off of there as well and put it on here. But otherwise, it's going to be a white switchback. Now, links to purchase this and the Joy-Con shells will be in the description below. In addition, I will put a link to buy this. Now, this is specifically a Nintendo Switch toolkit. Every single tool included in here is for taking apart your Nintendo Switch and the various Joy-Cons. I believe the only tool we actually need today is a tri-wing screwdriver, so a lot of this stuff I'll set aside. You know, this is for taking the screen off and all that stuff, but yeah, let me pull out the exact tool we need and change the camera angle here, and we'll just get going. Now remember, I've never taken Switch apart. I can imagine that this should just be 4 screws and then screw it in, but let's explore this together, shall we? Alright, so we're going to start by removing the kickstand. Oh, maybe removing the kickstand. Alright, and it looks like the piece that we need to put onto the white kickstand is this metal piece that goes into this groove here, and that screw. So let's see if we can take that screw off here. That one doesn't quite fit, we'll go with a little smaller. Now, I could still use the black with the white, but I'm not going to. Now, you insert it into the slot, just like that, and then screw this screw back down. Now next up, we're going to remove the Microsd card and make sure the Switch is powered off. Something you should always do beforehand is make sure your Switch is powered off. Alright, so you see there's additional screw right here. Now I'm not sure if we're going to have to remove that one yet, but we're going to start by removing these 4 screws now on each corner and just seeing what happens, seeing if we can get it to come out. Remember, this one right here underneath the Microsd card is not a tri-wing screw. So for the tri-wing screwdriver, if you bought the same kit I do, you use this one on the back plate. But for this screw, you use the included 2.0 red Phillips head. Alright, next, it does appear that there are 2 tabs that come in here on the bottom. So we're going to unscrew these ones as well. These are also Phillips head. And I'm basing the location that I have to take these screws off on the fact that there are 2 little notches down here on the white one. And just for good measure, we'll take off this screw over here as well on top, which is again another Phillips head. Now, from what I could see lining them up like this, it does look like there's a screw here and here that we must undo. A Phillips head. Let's get in there. Now, unfortunately, it does look like I may have stripped this screw a little bit. I didn't apply enough force when I was initially taking it off. So I went ahead and grabbed some other screwdrivers I happen to have that have slightly bigger tips, and I'm going to see if I can get any sort of catch, which that one definitely is not. This one's not going to be able to get any catch either. So when you get to this point, you're kind of SOL. When it comes to getting it out, you just kind of keep hoping that that you'll catch it. And there you go. I got lucky enough to get that one out. Now, in this case, I might not put this screw back in. I might actually find the screws that it came with, since this one does appear to be a little stripped, and I'm not going to want to put a strip screw back in. Now, based on what I am seeing here, that should be all of the screws needed to take off the back plate. So now let's see how easy this back plate comes apart. Alright, it comes off quite easily. There's the broken piece. Alright. And there is the back of the switch. There's your fan. Alright. So that is the old back plate. Gone. New back plate. So before we move on, you want to remember to take this off as well. Now this is also held down because you want the game flap. This is also held down by a tiny Phillips head screw. So we're just going to take that off as well. Now it's just the reassembly. So it should be rather simple. We're going to pull this out and just, it looked like it kind of went in on the top. Looks like you kind of slide it in on the top like that and then bring it down and press along all of the edges. You will hear a couple clicks, and that's when you know you actually have it in. Alright, quick disclaimer. I reassembled everything and went to put on the kickstand before I realized I'm missing a part here on the back, and that is this piece right here. So to anyone trying to put this on, remember to do this. And this is important because in taking this apart again, I actually stripped 2 screws and had to use this drill with a broken, by the way, broken bit to drill them out. So yes, thankfully the kit does come with extra screws, although they appear to be completely the wrong size for what I need. But we'll put this in back together and we'll see how it goes. So let's take out the switch game. Let's disassemble the piece that we need, which is this plastic piece right here, which is fairly visible. Maybe, Nate, not strip out these screws, eh? This is weird. I don't know why this isn't designed directly into the backplate on either of these, but this is a detachable piece that makes the entire kickstand work. This is the most important piece. It's this little plastic thing. So let's get this inserted in here. Alright folks, so it is done. The new backplate is on. It was a lot more tedious than it should have been because, again, I didn't watch any how-to videos. But I would say, as long as you don't strip the screws, disassembly and reassembly is pretty easy. You just have to remember what to do. My tips and tricks, if you buy this backplate to put it on, is to make sure that you disassemble everything correctly. Let me look at the old backplate here. There is a piece here for the kickstand. Remember to install that on the new backplate. Remember to install the game flap as well. And then remember to take the wire that is on the back of the original kickstand and reinsert it on the old one. Otherwise, assembly and reassembly is easy. Again, I'll put a link in the description for the kit to get all of the necessary tools to take apart the Switch, to get this backplate along with the Joy-Con replacements. And yeah. I'm very pleased with how this turned out. In case you're wondering if the kickstand does work, it does. In fact, it's a little sturdier than the old kickstand even. Despite the fact it's using the same innards, the actual kickstand itself is a little stiffer. So that's actually, my opinion, that's a positive. So there you go, guys. If you ever see me at E3 or anywhere else rocking this white back Switch, this is the video that where I installed it somewhat successfully. I am technically missing a screw on one of the Joy-Con parts because the extra screws it came with are only for the shell, not for the actual Joy-Cons. But you know what? I'm happy with how it turned out. All right, folks. I'll catch you guys in the next one.